yo, world first Doom tier 4. Yo, boys, it's all hype. Except that it's actually not. Doom is not good. I don't really know how to say this, but he's not good for PvP, at least. The game mode that I thought he was going to be a shoo-in for, surely a character with revive and debuff and damage reduction and all this shit has to be good for PvP. Surely with a brilliant CTP of authority, he can do something, right? Well, not really. I don't really know what's going on. I think the character needs to be reworked badly. And I would, at this point, seeing the number of reworks we get yearly and knowing how beloved Doom is, I would rather overreact right now and get it wrong than underreact and then be right. So, yeah, they got to fix this shit ASAP. It basically just comes down to he doesn't do enough damage. His damage is just shit. His defense is also kind of shit, but most importantly, his damage is shit. And it mainly comes from the fact that he doesn't use his third skill to accumulate, and then his second skill doesn't work properly. Huge surprise there. Massive, massive shocker, but the counterattack skill doesn't counterattack. So half the time, even though you get hit, he just does this animation, and it's shit, because it's like, it's like 7 hits. It's not very good, right? Now, obviously, if you get hit, it's much better, because then he does this. He does this, like, wicked slam shit. It's really cool. Somehow it's actually fewer hits, even though it's the counterattack skill. I don't know. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna showcase him a little bit here. We're gonna use this victorious Colossus team. This is double support, so this is like as good as it gets for Doom. He's got 45% increase HP from Victorious because she's giving him 40%, and then he's getting 5% from the leadership, or sorry, from the team up. So he's got over 215,000 HP. I'm rank 38. I've got 12 Odin's Blessings and 8 HP Urus. We've got max power of Angry Hulk. We don't have his artifact, but he shouldn't need the artifact. Surely he shouldn't need the artifact, right, guys? Well, let's take a look. We're just gonna go up against not the best. We're not gonna go up against the best players in Vibranium PvP, which was what you should be able to do, by the way. Right? It's what Sentry tier 3 could do. It's what Surfer tier 3 could do. We're just going to go up against people that get, referred to me. Okay, so here we go. He almost gets killed by Sentry right off the bat. Now he can't finish, and he gets killed. Okay, sure. Let's see what he does on Revive. On Revive, he does no damage. Okay. He takes a bunch of damage. All right. Okay. He finally kills Sentry. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Keep in mind, this is a full support team. So when you're thinking like, man, it's tier 4 versus tier 4, I have Colossus. I have 50% damage reduction and 45% HP. That Sentry didn't have any of that shit. So Doom going toe-to-toe with Sentry and barely surviving when he has double support is not a good look. Because again, you're not going to be using Doom in this bubble, right? With Victorious and Colossus. You're going to be using Doom on a full team with 2 other characters. With Sentry, with Wolverine, with Silver Surfer. So the fact that he's getting his shit clapped here, and the fact that he doesn't have enough damage, what are you supposed to do? There he gets the kill. The way that it feels, by the way, he also feels super inconsistent. Sometimes he actually deals good damage, like you just saw against Sentry, and then other times he deals very low damage. He deals basically no damage, and then he just dies. It takes like a ton of damage and then just dies. Here he's sort of going toe-to-toe. It's getting a little bit better, but yeah, it's still like he should be crushing. He should be crushing here. I expect him to do well against Silver Surfer because he has the reflect reduction, so he shouldn't get punished too much. He pops the tier 3, which is great. This is probably his best showing that we've done so far. I don't know what these builds are that these guys have, but yeah. This is a Conquest Wolverine, sure. Not doing any damage. Yep. All right. And again, this is what you expect, right? Because I did pop his artifact there. Okay, interesting. And then we are probably going to die at his 5th skill, unless... Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, that was honestly way better. than anything I've seen in like 2 hours of testing. But yeah, we'll refresh a couple more teams, and you guys will see that this is basically not how it usually happens, right? What usually happens is he dies. He dies to Sentry. And then you're thinking, why did I tier 4 this character? And yeah, this is one of the rare things where you're like, why did I tier 4 this character, right? I guess I'm the guinea pig, you know? So I do think they need to buff his damage. I think they need to buff his damage for PvP, and I think they also need to buff his like skill rotation. His skill rotation is bad for PvP. He almost never does his third skill, and so he never gets that accumulation. He also takes a really long time to use his tier 4 skill, as you can see here. It takes him like way too long. Sometimes it doesn't even work. He just dies before it works. It's very odd. He seems very, very inconsistent. He's actually doing well now for the last 2 matches here, which is bizarre. Almost like the game's listening. He's gonna pop the tier 3 here. Nice. Or not. Okay. Weird sort of delay there in the damage. All right, here's the 5th skill. Okay, that's pretty good. Yep. I mean, listen, if this is how he was from the beginning, I would have been like, hey, this is good. But let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and actually try some of the top teams here, so you guys can see. Okay, this is a team with Colossus. So okay, perfect example here. I'm not really getting the footage that I was getting for like 2 hours in a row here. So let's take a look here. Against this Sentry, he immediately dies. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So he doesn't, even with Colossus and Victorious, he doesn't have enough tank to just survive Sentry's 5th skill. Just one skill. One single skill. So there you go. He dies twice before Sentry even pops his tier 4. Like, this is just completely unacceptable. Now you're thinking, okay, yeah, this guy's pretty stacked, you know, whatever. Okay, let's scroll down here. Let's take another team here. Okay, let's go. This is Sentry with double support. And hey, look at this. Dr. Doom also has double support. What kind of build is he talking about here? He's talking about a clash. What is it called? A conquest CTP. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. We're doing look at the damage. The damage is crazy low. We're not doing any damage right now, and we are dead. He takes way too much damage. Like, he takes an insane amount of damage. He takes an insane amount of damage, and he does, like, he's doing peanut damage. Look at this. He's doing damage in the thousands. I know the clash effect triggered, but even without the clash effect, he's doing less than 10,000 damage per hit. He's doing like very low damage. So you can see here, it's gonna take the tier 4 maybe. Wow, he finally got it. But again, this is it, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really satisfied with his performance. He's very inconsistent, and for one of the most expensive characters and someone who has a long list. Look at this. That's with the tier 3 skill. Yikes. Yeah. A character that has such a long history of being good in PvP, I really expected more from him. Listen, he ends up getting the kill. This is honestly a lot better than I was getting. Look, did you see that? Okay, I'm glad we were able to catch that one. His 4th skill has a targeting issue. So half the time in PvP, you use his 4th skill and he just attacks random areas and doesn't actually do any damage. So his 4th skill just does nothing. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, the footage right now is definitely better than I expected it to be, but I still think he needs work. However, I do also want to give you guys a little showcase in PvE. I've had some people asking me to test him in GBR, so I want to test his old uni versus his new uni in the same GBR, just solo run. First thing here, we're going to test his old uniform. Now, I'm not the best at playing with it, so that should give the new uniform a huge advantage because I just don't remember playing with old Doom, but I still think that the new one's going to be, you know, it's going to be sketchy. Now, we do want to accumulate damage taken, so we actually do want to get hit here in order to pop off. But this is a PvP build, so you're not going to get like rage procs and things like that, right? Okay. Almost died there, which is a little sketch. But, okay. Gonna heal up here. Try to get hit. There it is. Pop the tier 3. Get hit there. Nice. It's definitely a little bit harder to play versus the new uniform, but okay. That was 1 minute and 5 seconds for phase 1. Let's see how phase 2 goes. So we're going to pop this. Pop the tier 3. Refresh the 3rd skill. Not really the damage we wanted to see there. But we do get the tier 3 off. He charges the tier 4 really fast, which is nice. But I'm just not sure that, yeah. We get the V-pad going. Very nice. Pop the tier 3. Okay, so it takes us about 2.5 minutes to get down to 20 bars. With the new uni, you don't have to worry about accumulating or getting hit or repositioning. You don't have a V-pad in order to reposition, but you're basically just spamming the same rotation. You're doing 5 into 4 into 3, and you're just letting that hold. And then when 2 is available, you do 2. You do want to do 2 when he's getting hit if possible, because it allows you to do the counter skill, and it actually does decent damage. But yeah, otherwise you just remember to press press 3 before you press 6, so that the when the 6 skill triggers, it maxes out the accumulation. But it's damage delta accumulation, so it would max out in time anyways. You can also try, I goofed up there. You can also try 5 into 5 cancel 4 cancel 3 instead of 4 cancel 5 cancel 3. It's all the same pretty much. You just have to remember to cancel after the delay. There's a delay on 5 and 4. So you want to nail both of those. So yeah, I think what you're seeing right now is Doom being about 5 seconds faster, 4 seconds faster with the new uniform. And remember, that's me playing the old uniform badly. It wasn't like me playing it perfectly and accumulating tons of damage. That was not what happened, right? So that's really why it's kind of yikes. The tier 3 does good damage, and you see that in PvE content as well, but the other skills are just not. It's just like, what is going on here, guys? What were you guys cooking, right? We do still have a bit of a delay, so you'll find that you are kind of waiting at times. But yeah. So it was, I think, 2 minutes 30 to get to 20 bars. This is going to be faster for sure, but not a whole lot faster. Definitely more consistent here at this phase, right? But yeah, it's about 30 seconds faster. I don't know. It just doesn't feel very good. It was about 30 seconds faster for me, but I played the old Doom uniform badly. I think someone playing the Doom uniform a lot better could get them within 10 seconds of each other. So it doesn't really seem like it's a huge bump for him offensively for PvE content. And then at the same time, he's not really performing well in PvP. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Maybe I'm overreacting again. Maybe I need more time. But right now he seems like he was underdeveloped, and it's certainly looking like the counterattack was a bad choice, and they should have just made it a full iframe ignore, and just like just have the skill do the same number of hits every time, so it's consistent. His damage is just not up to par, and although he seems good for PvE, he also seems good for PvE now with his old uniform. So it's in PvE, it almost seems like a Doctor Strange situation. Almost, not exactly, but yeah. So I'm actually disappointed. I'm actually disappointed with him as a tier 4, and it's a world first. It's day 1 tier 4. So I am really hoping that they tweak him at least a little bit, you know, because I think otherwise whales are going to be disappointed and they're not going to want to invest in future characters. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about Dr. Doom. Am I overreacting? Am I right? Is it somewhere in between? Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.